Hi, and welcome back to 10 Minutes of Mat with me, Katie, and this is Maddie. Say hello.
Hi.
So if you've got little ones who love to copy what you do or don't really enjoy to give you 10 minutes by yourself, here's something that perhaps you could involve them with too. So come back here, you. We're going to find a 4-point kneeling position. So we're going to find hands under our shoulders and knees under our hips. Come this way, forward a bit. Good, and we're just going to start by pressing the hands into the ground and trying to lift the rib cage a little further away from the floor. Keeping a long straight spine. And my cue for this is to imagine that you have a champagne flute in the middle of your back that you're trying not to spill. Come a little bit further forward. There you go. And then from here we're just going to start with a little hip shift from side to side. Good stuff, Maddie. 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to turn our toes over and we're going to see if we can press our hands into the floor to lift our knees off and then come back down. Lifting the knees off and coming back down. Good stuff. Lift off, come back down, lift off, come back down. We're going to do 4 more here. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Beautiful. From here, we're going to find a bit of a press into our hands and we're going to lengthen ourselves back into a downward dog. So you want to find ourselves looking at our legs and taking a little bend from heel to heel. Really nice. And then from here, we're going to float ourselves back to our 4-point kneeling position. So we're going to float back down. 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to lift up. You're going to fall off like this, Maddie.
No.
3, 2, 1. We're going to come down. 3, 2, 1. If your children also enjoy to climb on you, this is going to be a lot more work for your upper body. Last 2. You crack up. And lift. And last one, coming all the way down. So we're going to keep this lovely 4-point kneeling position. If you have a medicine ball you want to pop on your back or a child, totally fine. Just make sure they're safe and they're not going to crash onto the floor. We're going to slide out one arm and one leg, just as far as we can. I'll shuffle myself a little bit further forward and come all the way back. And then slide it through to the other side and come all the way back. And we're trying to stay nice and long through the crown. Madeline. Nice and long through the spine. Last 4. Last 3. You're having a little sleep there. Last 2. And last 1. And then when you're ready, we can come down to a beautiful child's pose stretch. I'm going to take my knees up wide. I'm going to sink my hips back nice and heavy and let my arms lengthen all the way down. And then when you're ready, we're going to come all the way back up. I'm going to re-find our downward dog. You're going to have to hop off me now, baby. Off you go. Because otherwise you're going to fall off because I'm going to stand up. Hop off. Well, I'm going to stand all the way up. So we're going to find ourselves pressing back into that downward dog.
I'm not falling.
And then you're going to walk your hands into your feet or your feet into your hands. If you can, you're going to relax your head, neck and shoulders. And then we're going to scoop, tuck and roll to find ourselves at standing. Right now you are going to have to pop off. Ready? Slide down. Whoa. And we're going to find ourselves in what we call a second position. So this is a wide stance of the legs. So heels are into the floor wider than the hips. And we're going to find a little bend down here. And we're going to send the arms out long in front. And we're going to take a simple bend and stretch here. As we bend, I want you to think of wrapping the arms around. If you're familiar with first position, that's where we land. As you stretch, think of lengthening through the heels and the fingertips. So we're going to take another 4 of these here. 4. And lift. 3. And lift. Last 2. Lift. Last one, hold this one down. And we're going to add in a little pulse. So we're going to find our heels resisting into the floor. Breathe. Resisting down. Resisting down. And I want you to try and find the weight spread between all 4 corners of your foot. So between big toe, little toe, inside of the heel, outside of the heel. We're taking another 4, another 3, another 2. Then we're going to hold this still. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see the alignment of my spine. I think one of the hardest things with this position, being more of a Barre Pilates position, is that our spine stays long. And so the temptation is to come into a squat. Squats are great, squats are lovely, they do their job well, but I actually want you to find this position. So imagine your torso is like a piece of bread sliding down into the toaster and popping back up. And I'm sorry, but you're just plain old toast. No fancy bits, no oatmeal, definitely not banana bread. Taking that bend and lifting. So now that we're holding the heels into the floor, I want you to try and find resistance in the heels to press down. So we're going to pulse down. 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, last 3, last 2. We're going to hold this one down. We're going to peel the right heel off. We're going to take a twist towards that heel. Rotate towards the lifted heel. Replace, lower the heel down. Twist to the heel. Replace the center. We're going for 2 more on this side. Rotate. Find center. Rotate. Back to center, other side. Heel lift, rotate. Heel lower, back to center. Heel lift, rotate. Lower, back to center. Heel lift, rotate. Lower, back to center. Last one here. Heel lift, rotate. Lower all the way back to center. We're going to place one hand to the hip. We're going to make a goalpost arm with the opposite hand, trying to keep the framework even, like a beautiful bridge. Exhale to reach and lengthen long. Inhale to come all the way back to center. We're going to take another 3, so 4 on each side. Last 3. Plant the heels as you reach. Last 2. Last 1. Coming all the way back in. Switch the hands, straight away other side. 4. Recover to center. 3. Recover to center. Last 2. Recover to center. Last 1. Recover to center. We're going to breathe. We're going to hold. We're going to lengthen the arms. We're going to sink down another inch for 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift up. Hopefully thighs feeling nice and awake now. So we're coming back, and I'm going to give you a little quad stretch here. So I'm just going to hold on to my bar. I don't imagine everybody has a bar in their home, so you can just hold on to the wall, a bench top, a chair, whatever you have. Oh, thank you, assistant. We're going to take a quad stretch now. You're going to show everyone a quad stretch, Maddie? So we're going to hold around the outside onto the ankle rather than the foot. Thigh bone slides back and pubic bone slides forward. Breathing in and out. And what I often see is this. So I don't know if you can see there's a banana in my back here. But if you actively think of tucking your pelvis forward, someone described this to me this week as, imagine you have a monkey tail and tuck the monkey tail underneath like you're trying to sit on your monkey tail. And this allows a stretch across the whole front of the thigh. And the other thing to be mindful of is that often we'll kick the knee out, which takes away from the stretch. Are you going to balance? Okay. So if you want, you can balance. You can take your hand off. Sometimes holding your ear helps you balance. Sometimes taking your arm out to the side helps you balance. And give it a little shake. We're going to do the same quad stretch on the other side. So This time I'm just going to hold on to my wall, put one foot in my hand, thigh bone back, pubic bone forward, breathe. Oh, hi. And if you're feeling the Maddie challenge, you can take your hand off. Hold on to your ear if you need it for a bit of balance. Take the arm to the sky, if it's there. But I really want you to focus on the thigh bone going back and the pubic bone moving forwards. And from there, you can work out whether you need to take your heel towards your bottom or whether you need to find space between your heel and your bottom. And the brilliant, perfect stretch is somewhere probably in between those two things. You can test your balance. Show me your balance. Hands up, show me your balance. Whoa, wobbly. Good stuff. And we're going to finish with a little balance on the mat. So we're going to put our heels under our hips, our toes tracking forwards. We're going to extend our arms forwards. We're going to bend into our knees a little bit. And we're going to see if we can lift those heels off. Onto your tiptoes. Woo! Good balance. And it doesn't matter if you wobble. Wobbling is a good thing. Testing where you are in space. Testing your proprioceptors, which tell you where you are in space versus where you think you are in space. And if you want a real challenge, we'll slide the hips to the heels. And come all the way back up again. Good. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been 10 minutes of Mat with Maddie and me. And I hope you join us for the rest of this 30-day challenge. Although you're not going to be here for all of them, are you? No.
Yeah.
Just this one? Yeah. Okay.